Okay, the final part of our equipment are the beacons. And the way you're going to get the beacons are in boxes like these. So these boxes are going to be inside a larger box or two, depending on how many beacons you have. Some of you have 150 beacons. Some of them have almost 300 beacons. Each of these boxes holds 8 beacons. So when you open them up, this so this is what you're going to see on the inside. So there are 8 beacons lined up, and you can see they're all labeled. And those are the numbers, the room numbers or the location numbers that you have provided us. Those labels are very important because those beacons have been assigned to those locations. So it's important that they be installed in that location and that location only, because if you put it in a wrong location, then you'll confuse our backend. Our algorithm will not be able to give you a proper location fix. Okay, so you can take it out. I mean, this insert is a foam insert. You can just take it out, or you can leave it in there however you want it. And okay, sorry, it's not focusing. There we go. So you take out a beacon. So I'll just look through one of the beacons. Just take out one of these beacons. So on the beacon on the back side, there's a double-sided tape that we've already installed. And to install this on the wall, you just peel off this backing and then stick it on the wall. On the front of the beacon is a QR code with the MAC address again, the hardware ID. And on the side is the location that it's supposed to go. This QR code basically has this location embedded, so just so that we can scan it when we are programming it. So it's nothing more than the same thing. The same number should be in this QR code. Now, in order to, you'll have to prep the beacon before you install it. And the prepping is actually pretty simple. You would squeeze the sides. Again, I'll show you here. So squeeze the top, hold it at the bottom, squeeze the top. Easier said than done, I guess. It's a brand new one. Okay, so there you go. So just take it out. So I'll do it again. So you squeeze, pull it apart. So it's pretty simple. Let me just tell you that. Inside you'll see there are 2 AA batteries, and this is very important. You see this little yellow tab sticking here. That's what is preventing the batteries from connecting right now. So that's why you have to open them. We don't ship them with the batteries on because, again, for obvious reasons, shipping restrictions and whatnot. You have to pull this yellow tab before you install this on the wall. Because if this is not pulled, the beacon won't be operating. So in order to do it, you just pull it. Now, what we recommend is when you pull it, you would watch the inside. Now I'm going to do it. I don't think this camera is going to pick it up because what you should see is a blue flash underneath, which is what indicates that the beacon is turning on. So let me go ahead and pull it. And maybe you'll see the blue flash, but I can't promise. Okay, I don't know. I imagine there was a brief glow, but that's about it. Now, you don't need to do anything more.
There was not a blue glow, but for everyone that's seen it, like if you could hold it up again, Rajesh, just so I can show. So as you look at it, there's the battery, and then if you look, there's like a small lip on the back of the board. So just above Rajesh's thumb, that little area right there, in between that and the area holding the batteries, that lights up blue, and then on the other side where the top of his fingers are, that underneath the board also lights up, and it's very faint. If you're doing the daylight, you can't see it. So when we do it, I typically go behind in an area that's in the shadows or not broad daylight, and I put my eye close to it. I pull it out and look at it. If you miss it, just pull the battery out, one of the batteries out, and put it back in.
Right. Actually, I'm going to try that right now, and we'll see if if I'm holding it this close, maybe it'll show up. Let me make sure I can do it facing away from me. Okay. So all I did was I pulled out this battery. Let's see if I can get it to a point
right there. Hold there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to put it in. I could see it here, but it was very brief. But as Jeff said, you should see in the blue light there. But anyway, so that's not, you don't have to stress out too much about that because there is a way to check it on the back end, which I'll tell you in a second. So to back up, you get the beacons, you take them out of the boxes, you remove the backs, you pull the tab out, right, before you install. And closing it is pretty simple again. You just put these tabs back in and just squeeze them. Then you peel this off and put them on the wall once you've identified the location. Now, what we recommend is to install them in a way that you can read the location information, just so that for later verification, you want to check, oh, did I install it in the right place? You can just go look at the beacon, make sure that the number on it or the label on it matches the room you're in. And if you're not, it's pretty simple. You can leave this thing on the back on the wall. You don't need to take it off the wall. You can just, while it's on the wall, you can just squeeze the top, take this out. Remember that the name number is on the top, so it'll come with the beacon. This is the operational part of the beacon. This is just a base. So this can be freely swapped out. So you can move this. Let's say you realize that you have swapped room 321 and 324. So you just pull them out and then take it to the other room and then just do the same thing. Install, push it back in, and you're done. Right? The label moves with the beacon, so you should have no issues. Okay. So that's the beacon. That's different parts of the beacon. Now you saw that when you opened up, there were 2 AA batteries. Those batteries will last you 4 to 5 years. So you don't have to worry about monitoring these batteries on a regular basis. Having said that, we do it for you. We are checking if all the beacons are operating, and if any of them sort of stop operating for whatever reason. Could be somebody pulled them off the walls, could be a bad battery. We're dealing with thousands of batteries, so it's possible you get 1 or 2 bad ones. For whatever reason, if a beacon stops operating, we'll let you know, hey, this beacon is not operating. Can you please go check it? And then you can check it and let us know, okay, the beacon's missing, or we just need to swap the batteries out. If you need a new beacon, we can ship one out to you, and you can just install it in the same place. Not a problem at all. Okay, so the main thing for a beacon, and we'll go through. So that's as much as the various parts of the system are. Once again, we have the panic buttons, the base station, and the beacon.